Today is Valentine's Day, so let's go and do the special effects makeup look. Now you're not going to necessarily need this, but a plaster mold of your face will help, and there's a video that's off to the corner here of where you can go and make these. If you don't have these, you can always use just a smooth surface, but for the purpose of just making this video a bit easier and to make sure this fits on my face properly, I'm using my plaster mold. So now you're going to go and take some cotton and roll out just about 5 to 7 cotton balls, depending on exactly how big you want this to go and be. This should really be going to pretty much the middle of where your forehead is down to your chin, so keep that in mind for how many cotton balls you will need. For my face, which is a pretty small average female face, I needed just about 5 cotton balls. But you might need more or you might need less. Continue to go and roll out your cotton balls. Some of them might not come apart very easily, and if they don't worry about it, just put it off to the side and use it for something else. Now, after you have all of these rolled out, we're going to go and pour some liquid latex. I am using liquid latex that is pretty runny in comparison to being pretty thick, and I'm doing this because I want it to dry where it's still pretty bendy. Go and take one of your cotton balls that is rolled out, take about 1/4 of it, and go and put it down in a line that goes up to where the cheekbone would be, at least on a plaster mold. If you don't have a plaster mold, then just go and put it in a line sort of like this. Use your fingers at the edges to go and smooth it out. Create a triangle that is in the center. This is going to be for where your chin is. Continue to go and smooth out the edges. Take another piece, and you're going to go and slightly curve this piece for where it would go over your cheekbone. Continue to go and blend out all of the edges. Put a piece that's going to go all the way up to the top. Make sure it's measured correctly so it's going to be past where your eye is. Now at the top, go and take a piece, put it into a semicircle, create a point at the center of it, and try to keep a measurement of where this is going to be for where your nose lines up with this, but this should be in the middle of your forehead. Go and smooth out the edges again, and really try to go and pull up the side here. Now over to the other side, do the same exact thing that you did. Smooth out all of the edges and reinforce any areas where you might possibly need just a little bit more. So this is pretty much done, and this is going to go and dry now. After it's dried, which it will take a while, it took about 24 hours to dry, go and brush it with some setting powder or some sort of maybe baby powder or anything that you have like that, because latex does stick to itself, and before we remove this, you need to go and brush it. Now this is a pretty stiff prosthetic, so you're not going to have to brush it until the entire thing is off, but do keep in mind if any of the latex that is unbrushed touches the other portion of latex, it's not going to want to come apart. So this is what it looks like, and yes, some of the edges are a little bit jagged, but now we're going to go and clean some of them up that might have like little tiny chunks like this or just be out too far. And after that is done, take some Prosthetic, put it onto the back, make sure to brush a very generous amount, line it up with your face. If you need to, you can always go and stretch this a small amount to the side because you do not want this covering your eyes. You just really honestly want it at the side. How it's positioned on my face is pretty much how you want it. Go and put Prosthetic onto any parts that are sticking out. Make sure to press it down, let it dry, and then go and trim any little pieces that are still pretty big. Now onto liquid latex. At the edges, we're going to go and blend any of the little tiny pieces that were sticking up with a thin layer of liquid latex. Keep in mind, every layer that you're putting down of liquid latex does have to dry before you put down the next one. And any sponges that you're using, if you are using a latex sponge, it's not going to work very well, and it will pull at your prosthetic, or it will leave little pieces of your sponge behind. After everything is dried and you have the edges blended out, we're going to take more setting powder and just go and brush everything down. This is going to help to blend it into our skin, and again, go and prevent any of the edges from potentially sticking to each other or sticking to something else that might be latex. After that is done, we're going to go and brush it with some red powdered cosmetic. I'm just using eyeshadow. You can use pretty much anything that you have as long as it is a pretty bright red, and this is just the base color for everything. So go and brush on some red cosmetic. Again, this is the base color, because now we're going to go and take some foundation and put it over this. This is going to help to just go and blend everything into, well, of course, your skin and make it look just that little bit more real and gross. So make sure the foundation is blended in. This is also giving something for this red powdered cosmetic to go and stick to again, and then follow it up with more red powdered cosmetic right over the top. And as you can see, it is now a lot darker and a lot more vibrant in comparison. Then just continue to go and brush this. Now I'm using some water-activated or water-based red cosmetic. This is the Mayron Paradise Cosmetics. There's different palettes that you can buy, or you can buy them singular like this one. And then I'm just going around the inner portion. And yeah, I'm making it look pretty messy. That is fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to follow it up with some black along with also fake blood after this. But go around the entire inner portion with red cosmetic. Make sure to get where the bottom of your chin is. Get any little tiny folds and crevices that you might possibly find. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It should be pretty messy. But after you have that down, then we're going to go and take some black cosmetic and we're going to follow at the edge and blend it slightly. This is going to make it look like it has a bit more depth to it, and it will blend some of the extra edge that was left behind from where the latex meets the skin. So go and do that around the entire prosthetic in the inner portion. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It should be pretty messy. You want to make it look like it's jagged. Do go pretty light on this. You only want some areas where it's just going to be slightly darker. Now, after that is done, we're going to go and use some more red powdered cosmetic, and we're going to make it look like we're crying, or we're going to go and make it look like we have the sad girl makeup on, which there is a video that is popped up over to the side that you can see on my profile on how to go and do this makeup exclusively and alone. But you put cosmetic on your nose, under your eyes, onto your lips. And after you have that down, what you're going to go and do is you're going to go and blend it slightly. Then you're going to go and take some petroleum jelly, put it underneath where your eyes are, put it onto your nose, underneath your nose, and also onto your lips. It's pretty easy makeup to go and do, and it is a good addition to a lot of different makeups. Maybe if you were or wanted to make it look like you were crying, or you want to do some sort of stage makeup or something like that. It's a really good addition to a lot of different looks, and I feel like it just really kind of made this look all the more realistic. So after that is down, I'm going back with some fake blood. This fake blood that I'm using is pretty cool because it's a jelly, so when it is cool and not on your skin, it stays pretty gelatinous, and once it hits your skin, it starts to go and run a little bit, but it will still leave areas where it looks like it's clotted, where it isn't directly touching the skin. This stuff's pretty cool, and I really do like this, and it adds so much to a lot of different looks. Now I'm putting this into mainly the inner portion, and I will be putting just a small amount onto the outside to blend it, and here is what the makeup look came out to be. Thank you all so much for watching. There are more tutorials that are over on my profile. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, take care and have a great one.